Gonna go live. We gonna go. What's up, everybody? What's up? Hey, man. Tonight, guys, I want to talk about the 4 steps to a richer life. That's what I want to talk about tonight, guys. Hey, so come on in. Tell your sisters, tell your brothers. Like, click, and share if you haven't done it already. Come on in, put your name in the comment box so I can shout you out directly. Hey, guys. Hey, my name is Alex, and of course, I'm always talking to Generation X. I'm always trying to help people get over their fear, doubt, anxieties about money so they can live their best life and leave a legacy for their family. So, hey, guys, if you like to hear information about tools, tips, and strategies for increasing your income, for getting out of debt, all things financial wealth, then you are tuned in to the right place. So, hey guys, tonight I want to share 4 simple steps to a richer life. So if you caught me earlier this morning, I was on live this morning, both on Facebook and Instagram. I was talking about expecting greater, expecting greater. See, a lot of times we get caught up and life will try to, sell us lemons. And as they always say, you want to start trying to figure out how to make lemonade, how to make life even sweeter, even though all you have is just lemons. You got to turn your lemons into lemonade. You got to make life sweet. And so I was talking about today, man, have you gotten to a place in life where you have started to settle, where you have started to accept the lemons that life wants to give you? Have you started settling for the lemons that life sometimes wants to give you? And so I shared with you earlier this morning the importance of raising your level of expectancy. And I talked about how God in the universe will meet you at your level of expectancy. If you're not expecting much, guess what? That's where he'll meet you. Where right at your level of expectancy. So I share with you some tools and some strategies for expecting more out of your day, out of your life, out of yourself, out of your circumstances, out of your situations. And one of the things that I talked about, and I couldn't find it earlier this morning, but I found it throughout the day. And I said one of the things that you might want to consider doing, is you might want to take a check out of your checkbook. Okay, this of course is not a real check, but you want to take a check out of your checkbook, right? And on that check, you want to make it payable, pay to the order of yourself, to you. And you want to put the amount that you want to have, the amount that you want to receive. I want you to think big when you start filling in this number. And I want you to start thinking about, when do you want to receive this type of money? And that's the date that you want to put in the date column. And then I want you to put your pretty John Hancock on there. I want you to put your signature on there and sign it. And this becomes a way that you begin to raise your level of expectancy. I'm going to tell you, Jim Carrey, I don't know if you remember him, the guy from Pet Detective or whatever, movie star. We haven't heard from him in a while, but he's rich, so he doesn't have to work like that. But one of the things that he did, he talked about how he wrote himself, I think it was a $10 or $20 million check, and he dated it, and he kept that check with him, and he kept going to rehearsals, he kept going to auditions, he kept going to things over and over and over again until finally he got to a place where he was making the big bucks. And sure enough, he actually got paid the amount of money for one of the movies that he wrote on his check. And I think it was $10 or $20 million. He was an A-lister at that point. So that's just one example. And I'm gonna share with you another example, another real example. I talked to you today, guys, and I told you to expect more, to expect greater. I just want to just share this with you real quick, so you can see that this ain't for play. You see that right there? You see that right there? Today. That's the date right there to the right, to the left. And you see, while I was out having lunch with my wife, we were enjoying the day. Guess what? God in the universe dropped an extra $470 in my checking account for passive income from book sales. Guys, from book sales. I haven't I'm still getting paid over and over and over again for a book that I wrote years ago. Amazon is still dropping checks on the daily. Hey, this is when you start expecting more and expecting different, the universe will start listening to you, and they'll start giving you the things that you want. So I want you to start thinking big. I want you to start expecting more out of your life. So today, since I talked about expecting greater, today I want to talk about 4 steps to a richer life. 4 steps to a richer life. And I know each and every one of us wants to have a richer life. No matter where you are in life right now, things could be going perfectly well. Things could be in disarray. But one thing I know about the human spirit, right, is we could always use a little bit more, right? Am I right? Am I right? Give me a thumbs up, a heart, like, let me know. Couldn't you use a little bit more? And so one of the steps I think is important, and I'm gonna emphasize it again today. Step number one, the first step to living a richer life is again to raise your expectations, to have some idea of of the type of life you truly want to have for yourself, for your kids, for your family, for your relationships and the people that you care about. What type of life you want to have? Do you want a vacation and travel and see the world? One of the things that I know about most people, because when I talk to my customers and clients and I ask them, you know what would you be doing right now if you didn't have to work every day? And guess what? It's not doing the work that they're doing every day. People have other goals, other dreams, and other aspirations for spending their time, their energy, and their money, their gifts, their talents, and their abilities. And the thing that's keeping most of us from being able to pursue those things is the fact that we have to earn a living. We feel like we can't fulfill our life's purpose and passion and be able to cover our lifestyle at the same time. And the truth of the matter is that is absolutely not true. When you start going after trying to fulfill your purpose in life, the networks, the money, the resources, the people, the information, the knowledge that you need in order to accomplish your life's purpose will begin to seek you. It'll begin to find you. And you will suddenly have all the things that you need. See, it says, seek ye first the kingdom, right? And all these things will be added unto you. See, many times we're off doing the things that we want to do, the things that we feel like we might have to do, or the things that we have been distracted from in life. But oftentimes, that's not the purpose that we're supposed to be fulfilling. And since we are off doing all these other things instead of our true purpose, guess what? Hey, Daisha, how you doing, cutie? Because we're not fulfilling our purpose, guess what? Those things will not be added to us. Those things will become a struggle to get. Because it says, seek ye first the kingdom, and all these things will be added unto you. So if you're not seeking the kingdom first, these things will not be added unto you. You see how that works? So the first thing I want you guys to do is you got to raise your level of expectation. Because if you don't, what you expect in life is what you get in life. What you expect in life is what you get in life. And the next thing you want to ask, whatever your expectations are, you want to ask yourself, are those expectations for you, or are those expectations to help other people? Is it for a bigger purpose? Is it for a higher purpose? Is it for someone and something greater than yourself? See, because if it's all about you, that's just being selfish. And things like that, you don't get much when it's all about you just sitting back chilling, right? So your level of expectation, when you start to seek and raise your level of expectation, you want to be asking yourself, why do I want to be blessed? For what purpose? And as we always say, you are blessed to be a blessing to others. You are blessed so the world can be made a better place by the resources and the riches and the talents that you have. And too many times, because we have to go and work, we feel like we don't have the time to really, really do the things that we really, truly want to do in life. So I want you to raise your level of expectation. I want you to start expecting that you're going to accrue the financial resources that you truly want, that you're going to have the time to pursue your passions that you truly want. So when you start thinking like that and start talking like that, then your situation begin to shift and change and make that happen. The second step to having a richer life is I want you to list out what you currently are a steward of right now. What finances are you a steward of right now? What expenses do you have currently, and what income do you have currently coming in on a monthly basis? Some people call this a monthly budget, but I like to call this is nothing more than a list of your financial expectations. Yeah, that's what this is. See, a lot of times people want to be able to have wealth, to have riches, right? They want to be able to have all these financial resources, but if you're not a good steward over what you have, if you're not keeping track of what you have, if you are wasteful on what you have, then you should not be blessed with more. You should not be given more, because we don't need to have resources to be wasted. And that's the reason why so many times people don't see themselves, or not in a place where they're starting to get the financial resources that they need to do the things they really want to do in life, because most of the times, a lot of times, people are just wasting them. And the universe isn't about wasting resources. Okay? So I want you to list out what your monthly income and your monthly expenses are. When you start making a list of those things, right? Now this will help you be a better steward over what you have been given. And this becomes your financial expectations. If you want to see $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 more dollars, if you want $5,000 more dollars, whatever it is, that's where your budget comes in, because your budget is a list of your financial expectations and your financial goals. Okay, so list out your monthly income, and then list out your monthly expenses, because in step three, what I then want you to do is I want you to look, and I want you to find at least 3 things you can cut. 3 things that you can cut out of your budget. 3 things that you can cut that are not allowing you to live a richer, fuller life. 3 things that you can get rid of that's keeping you from living a richer life. See, when you start cutting out waste, right? Now you're showing yourself that you can do what? You can keep your wants in check. You're showing that you are somebody who is a good steward over what you're given. You're showing yourself to be someone who's not wasteful. You're showing yourself as someone who has the willpower or discipline or the single-mindedness of purpose to put their money where their desire and their heart is, to reach their passion and their purpose. So when you start cutting out the things that keep you from having a richer life, now you're starting to position yourself to what? Have a richer life. And then number 4, the 4th thing is, then I want you to list 10 things, not 3, but 10. I want you to list 10 things you can do to increase your income this week. You see, the thing about it is when it comes to cutting expenses, right, or increasing your income, you have many more opportunities to increase your income than you do cutting your expenses. So you can only cut so much. You can only cut so far. And you want to do that. So step 3, you want to identify 3 things that you can cut. But when it comes to increase, there are so many more opportunities for you to increase your income. That's the reason why I want you to list out 10 things you can do to increase your income this week. This week. Because what we want to do is we want to be about action. We want to be about execution. We want to be about expectation. See, in step 1, you start to raise your expectation. Then number 2, what happens next? The actions, your behaviors, your belief starts to increase, and it starts to rise to the level of your expectation. And then all of a sudden, your actions will start to produce results at that level. That's how that works, guys. See, you raise your level of expectation, but then you start what? Believing higher, expecting more for a richer life. Then your actions will start to back it up. And the more consistently you are increasing and raising your level of action, guess what? The higher results and the better results you're going to have. You'll have a richer and fuller life. And those are the 4 steps to having a richer, fuller life. And as I showed you earlier, guys, I just showed you, this is, right here. I was out having lunch with my wife or late breakfast with my wife this morning. Bam. See, let me tell you something. Them passive income checks, they hit a whole lot different when they hit your bank account and you ain't did no work for them. You did work one time years ago and you're still being paid for those things. So that's what I want to share with you guys today. This morning, we talked about raising your expectations. We talked about expect greater. And this evening, what I'm sharing with you is the 4 steps to a richer life. So once you've raised your level of expectation, once you have identified what a richer life looks like, what it means for you, what it means for your family, then you can start taking the other 3 steps, right, in order to help accomplish and help you have a richer, fuller life. So there you have it, guys. I hope this sincerely helps. It really begins with raising your levels of expectation. And once you do that, then your level of behavior and action and execution begins to shift and change as well to meet your expectation. And when your actions change, the results that you get in life begin to change as well. All right. So there you have it. If you just joined me, go back and watch the replay. I share with you 4 steps to a richer life. This is a continuation of what I was talking about earlier this morning when I was talking about expecting greater. And I share with you a couple of things that happened to me throughout the day to show you that you too can manifest and experience even more in your life, and you can have a richer, fuller life when you expect greater and when you take the steps to a richer, fuller life. So, hey man, I hope this is helpful to you. As always, take care. God bless. I will see you on next time.